Okay, I'm going to call the meeting of the jail subcommittee at approximately 12:18 on Monday, the what is it, the 29th?
28th.
And I think, first of all, let's see if we can stick to our project here and get out of here in a reasonable amount of time. This Carroll County Department of Corrections proposal is the second one that Jason has given me. It's a reduction. The first one was looking at an 18% increase. I haven't done the calculation on this one, but I know it's down. Why don't we start with Jason? David?
The commissioner's reduced his budget down to 5.8%.
Okay.
And we will probably reduce it even some more.
Can I ask a question on that?
Certainly, Harry.
On the second page of this thing you passed out, it looks to me like the budget proposal went up by $187,000. Did I miss something somewhere?
Yeah, it's up. It's up.
I'm just hearing everybody say it went down. No, next page.
No,
just the second
no.
page.
It went down from his original proposal.
From his original. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. I'm with you now.
So, Jason, why don't you go ahead and we'll start with your proposed budget and the line items.
Okay. The proposed budget for the first one was the overtime.
Jason, oh, excuse me. If you have this sheet here, it gives you, excuse me just a second, Jason, it gives you where we are through September. And if you do a little quick math, you can figure out roughly what it's going to be at the end of the year. Go ahead, Jay.
So for 2012, the requested overtime line is $24,976.40. We are right now, well, as of September, we had spent $35,575. I've had
say that again, please.
As of September, I had spent $35,575.
Oh yeah, it's right here.
And the reason for that expense is because I had one person out on workers' comp. I had two officers out on FMLA for pregnancies. So my coverage has been down for as far as my minimum staffing. So I've had to pay overtime for that.
Jason, on those two that were out, well, let's go without raising our hands here. If we can keep it under control, we'll go just as a family conversation, okay?
Well, okay, I didn't want to butt in.
No, I realize that. Pulling a China shop.
It looks to me that you budgeted $56,300 for 2010, 35. Oh, that's actual usage.
Yes.
Budgeted
28.
But the requested budget for 2012 is only 24. The reason of that decrease is because more personnel, therefore you don't need as much overtime?
I'm asking for 2 additional staff, yes, sir.
Just 2?
Well, I originally asked for 8.
I know.
And that was reduced. So I asked for 2.
It was reduced by us. He did his job on the whole budget, what he thought was necessary. We looked at the financial picture and said, you're looking for 8, we'll give you 2. And I think we even went down to 1 after our discussions with him. So,
Jason, I wanted to ask you of the 2 that were out on the FLMA, I think that's the right. Did you have to pay either one of those, or did they use up their sick time, vacation time?
Correct.
So we were actually paying double.
No, because I hadn't backfilled those. I hadn't brought in 2 people as a replacement, so I was not paying their salary through sick and vacation on top of bringing in unauthorized hire.
Okay.
So,
have you figured out, I'm sure you have, with all the work you've done, what does it cost the county for everything, their benefits, everything? What does it cost the county for each
officer?
Each officer that you have, new officers, you're coming in.
I believe, Representative, it's around, for salary and benefits, it's around $50,000. And then on top of that, it's about an additional $600 to outfit them, somewhere around that area,
So 51,000.
roughly, would be.
That's the
about
first year,
training?
and then after that, it's 50,000 after that, because once
After we-
they're outfitted.
Correct.
And what about training?
Then you take into consideration we pay $500 for each officer to the New Hampshire Association of Counties for their certification. And then we have to get them certified every year on top of that at 32 hours a year.
Now, you're asking for two, right?
Yes, sir.
But your budget's going up 187,000. If you're asking for two, that accounts for 100,000 of that. Where's the other 87 come in?
Well, if you look at the
Excuse me, let's get on the list, and when we get to it, we'll find out where it is. Keep that until we get to the point where we have to tally it up and figure out where it went to.
Okay.
Go ahead, Jason, we got,
the overtime line.
yep,
The administrative salaries is $531,644.17. The medical salaries is
Can I stop you there for a minute?
Sir.
How did you get the $39,000 reduction? Somebody leave or?
I had one of my senior officers retire last year. He was a sergeant, so yeah, that was a reduction.
now, does this include the two, is that a $39,000 reduction, including the two new people, or the one new person you want?
In that specific line, sir, there is no new people
Okay,
requested.
no new people.
Correct.
Which one is that now?
Under administrative salaries.
No new ones. You're not gonna replace that one that left?
No. Under medical salaries, it's $194,048.37, and that was for bringing in one new full-time LPN.
So how's that gonna break down now, Jason? One nurse and one LPN?
We have two nurses at this point, and there will be one new LPN.
LPN, not an RN, right?
Correct. Under regular salaries, the proposed is $802,612.40. That's an increase of $131,169, and that's for two corrections officers. And I also budgeted in one part-time employee as well.
Okay, I gotta ask you, you just said you had somebody retire,
Correct.
and you said you weren't replacing them.
That was he retired last July, so
So-
2010.
So the two new correctional officers, one is gonna be filling the spot that he left, and then another one's a new one?
Well, when I say I'm not gonna fill that person's position, I filled it under the regular salaries because he was up in an administrative salary, so I did not promote anybody up into administrative,
Okay.
the administrative line. So I had a sergeant retire, I filled it with a correctional officer, and then on top of that, I'm asking for two new
Okay.
COs. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, now I'm a little confused. You said $50,000 for a new one, two of them would be 100, but you're asking for 131.
Well, some of this,
Part-time, you said, too, right?
there's a part-time staff, but also some of the things under that, sir, is like the second shift differential, the third shift differential, the weekend differential, the holiday pay, all that is in that line as well for the union contract.
Is the union contract taking effect, or are you still negotiating it, or where does it stand?
We're still in negotiations.
So these figures could go up.
Yes, if they move on some of these differentials, yes, sir.
Okay.
You have a contract that's in negotiations now?
Yes.
Yes,
Who's representing the county on that?
Commissioner Sorensen.
And an attorney.
Pardon?
And our attorney. Not our county attorney, but the guy that I had 3 years ago. back representing the county with us.
I got something to say about that, but it's not relevant, so we go on.
Okay. Under Social Security, it went down to 16,000, 390.58. It went down by $1,800. Under the mental health salary, that was zeroed out. That was a full-time employee that resigned and we had not filled it. We are working with Northern Human Services under a contracted vendor.
You're not gonna refill that position.
No, sir.
That was what,
That was the mental health.
yeah, but what was it, the title, the
The ARNP.
licensed practical nurse, was it?
ARNP, Advanced Registered Nurse Practitioner.
Okay, yeah, I know who you're talking about. You're not gonna refill that, huh?
We're going to a vended service through Northern Human Services.
And where will that show up on our,
Under the mental health, a number of lines down.
oh, okay, down the bottom, yep.
Medical insurance, that was increased to $445,247, of an increase of $4,600.
What's the increase per individual? Or is this for because of new individuals?
No, that's all of the employees for that 445,000.
Did it go up?
Yes, I was told to.
Not much, it's only 5,000. But that includes the new employees you're talking about?
Yes, sir.
It does,
Mhm.
okay.
The cost of a single plan, $7,271. Two-person plan, $14,558, and a family plan's $19,659. I'm sorry?
I'm
But-
thinking of myself when I said that. That's, it's costing us a lot more for the town, but I guess I'd have to compare coverages to see how, I was wondering why, I was out loud thinking to myself, why can't the town get it cheap? Then they're getting it because you are, but
Okay.
probably depends on the company.
You're paying 100% though, right? Town is paying 100%
And
health benefits.
98%.
We're paying 80%.
Okay, all right.
And that also, Representative, that also includes a life insurance package too, for the employees.
But that figure does include the new employees, including, well, if part-timer wouldn't get anything, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Retirement expense, that's $248,000.
Wow.
And then we had an increase of 5% for Group 2 members. Workers' compensation is $30,000. Unemployment, $8,000.
Excuse me, Jason, and the commissioners, we had some discussion this morning about the Health and Human Service budget, workman's comp, and what was the other one?
Health,
Unemployment.
yep.
It's the unemployment that's gone up, not the workman's comp has only gone up a little bit.
Yeah, but unemployment went up a lot last year, too.
Yeah, it doubled last year and it's doubling again this year.
Yeah. And our financial officer said this should be the last year. It shouldn't be increasing next year. We've
Yeah.
taken it through the chin on the last 2 years.
So unemployment is up to $8,103. Dental insurance is down to $53.76. The commissioners just revised the education and conference budget down to $8,529.
Would you repeat that, please, Jason?
It's down to $8,529
Which one is that?
under education and conferences.
It went down to, instead of 12, it's down to 8 something?
$8,529.
And what the difference is, now it's a minus, right?
Yep.